We reach our 40s and 50s, our attention turns more and more towards our savings and our retirement accounts. If you are not where you want to be just yet, don't worry, there is still plenty of time to make up lost ground. You may have heard that phrase, passive income, before. It's another way to make income without the daily 9-to-5 grind, and it's one smart way to invest at this age. Business and market analyst Seth Dennison joins us this morning with 4 tips on investing in midlife. Seth, so good to have you.
Good to be with you. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so let's start with building that passive income. Where does somebody start with creating that second passive income that you're referring to? And people are even wondering, what is a passive income?
Yeah, exactly right. Passive income is that other stuff, right?
Right.
You've got your main income and your main job. It's that other thing that maybe we used to refer to it sometimes as mailbox money or other things you could do to get more income into your system. Now, I'll tell you, my tip for passive income typically starts a little bit different than what I've heard others say, because my first tip to passive income is you. You have to invest in yourself. And here's why I say that. So many people have money that's flowing out of their budgets and out of their household that they have no idea where it's going. And it oftentimes can outweigh the money you could make with what we call side hustles. And so the first tip that I always give people is understand where your existing money is going and see where you can't potentially reallocate that. Sometimes it's in overhead expenses that we already have, like cable bills or electric bills or things like that we can renegotiate. Sometimes it's those subscription services we didn't know were really there. And sometimes it's refinancing existing debt. All of that is money that you could actually bring back into your household to execute on and get to your goals faster.
Okay, so we've got to be savvy with what we're doing. I know your tip 2 is staying with stocks. What are your suggestions when it comes to risk factors in the market? I know it can get a little scary at this age, right? You don't want to be too risky.
It can, and it's funny, I think we're going to talk a lot about what we talked about last week around budgeting, because the metaphors are sometimes the same, which is, what is your time horizon? Do you know what you're trying to accomplish in your life? And that is my tip on stocks, because you have stocks that can be more aggressive, and if you're younger, that's great, because you have time to make up that risk versus reward. As you get older, though, it can be more concerning, so you have to balance out and what we call diversify that portfolio based on your time horizon. I mentioned last week, if you want to get to Oz, you got to build that yellow brick road. Where is Oz? What is your time horizon? And how long is it going to take you to get there? And so when you think about stocks and investment portfolios, whether it's bonds or commodities or all those things, first and foremost, have someone that is a fiduciary, meaning they legally represent you, not other companies, on your investments. Don't get emotional about it, and hire professionals to do it that legally represent you. And then make sure that time horizon is in alignment with what stock portfolio you have.
We're trying to avoid the scary guy behind the curtain, by the way, Seth.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. How should people be updating their individual retirement accounts?
Yeah, so a couple of key things, right? If you're over the age of 50, recognize that you have catch-up provisions on tax-free income. So if you're in a 401k or an IRA and you have it set up where all your income is going into that tax-free, which is what you likely should do based on what your objectives are. If you're over 50, you get a catch-up provision, and right now that's over $7,000. Now, you have to have that money to be able to invest it, so we understand that. But you need to make sure where you can, you're putting that money where it needs to go. The second thing that I would tell people, again, is making sure that you're constantly engaged in what is going on with your money. This isn't Ronco. You're not setting it and forgetting it. If you want an outcome that you have desirable, you got to stay involved in the process.
Set it and forget it. Wasn't that a food thing?
Ronco, that's right,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
It was the oven thing.
That's what it is. Okay, same mindset with our money. Seth Dennison, always a joy having you with us. Thanks for your practical tips.
Hey, great to be with you.